Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Parlay, Awthentik and The Beard, the best television show not on television. And my goodness gracious, do we have an insane weekend of football. Today is Saturday. We're normally here on Sunday, so shout out to everybody who is here with us on Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to everybody, no matter what holiday you are celebrating this time of year. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. We got playoff implications across the board. It is I guess this is the semifinals for fantasy football playoffs. I got a lineup today. I'm hoping I can advance. So without further ado, I actually have something for the greatest co-host in the universe, the man, the myth, the legend, the giant overreaction god, Awthentik himself. Welcome to the party, sir.
The giant overreaction god. I like that. What's poppin', man? Happy holidays to you, man, and everybody out there in the chat, man. Big salute, bro.
Yes, so I do have a quick announcement. I don't know if he's in the chat because he is an international viewer, so I'm not sure of the time difference right now in Japan. But our winner this Thursday, past Thursday, for our trivia section, for those of you that don't know, every Thursday night live at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, during our show, we give something away. And this last Thursday, we had this Saquon Barkley patch card that was won by Yam in Japan. And Yam messaged me and said, hey, do me a favor. Give that card to Awthentik as a Christmas present from Yam in Japan. So the Saquon Barkley patch card is going to Awthentik as a Christmas gift from Yam in Japan. And I said, you know what? Because that is such an awesome gesture, I'm going to go ahead and send him a pack of Washington Commanders cards from Over the Years Sports to replace his Christmas gift to Awthentik. So just wanted to start off the show with a big appreciation, just to kind of remind you guys how much of a family this is here at Awthentik and The Beard, and how much we appreciate all the love and support from each and every one of you in the chat every single time we go live. So big salute to all of you, because without you guys, we would not be able to do this. Definitely big love to Yam in Japan.
Yeah, that's major. That's major. Appreciate that, Yam. Definitely appreciate that. That's a major card to pair up with that Eli Manning. We'll see. We'll see. I might take the gift and gift the gift. We'll see. It's the season of giving, right?
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Shout out, though.
Excuse me. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to the lovely people in the chat. Don't forget, if you guys have any fantasy football questions, drop them in the chat. I saw Kevin the PRF on Twitter earlier this morning. He said he had some questions. He was going to come through and drop those. If you're not in your playoffs right now, and maybe you're building some DraftKings or FanDuel lineups, don't forget you can ask those questions as well. And then once we kind of go through some of those questions, we are going to rapid fire go through each and every single game, and we're going to pick against the spread, the overs, and the unders. And let me tell you, there are some disgusting unders in today, over-unders in today's games. A lot of 30-point totals going on in the mix. So without further ado, big shout out to Kalen Dragon 56.
My guy. What's poppin',
he's always going to be Kalen Dragon. No matter what that name says on the screen, you're Kalen Dragon to us.
See that little silhouette with the sun vibes in the background. Shout out to Kalen one time, man.
Says, Merry Christmas Eve, y'all, and says, let's clinch. So that's going to be, there's a lot of these games in today that people can either be eliminated, can clinch, or stay alive in the playoff race. So very important games on the slate today. Big shout out to Coach Taylor. J-Mo is in the building. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well, my friend.
Shout out to J-Mo one time in the building. What's going on, bro?
Big shout out to Waterfly. Happy holidays and New Year to you as well. He says, pray for many more $9.99 games. Yeah, I mean, that's basically where we're at. And speaking of $9.99 games, big shout out to the Beige Boy. Says, what's up, y'all? HTTC. For those of you that might be living under a rock, the big news here out of Washington is Chase Young is playing today.
I was about to say, did I miss something maybe?
they said it's going to be 12 to 15 snaps. But if he looks good, they are going to, quote, unquote, let him free. So we're going to see how that works out. I'm super excited, not necessarily as a fan, but as a person to see him come back. I think a lot of people really just didn't understand how significant the injury was. He posted a picture. He said he was going to tell everybody how the injury really was once he was cleared to play and actually was going to play. And he posted a picture of him basically with like 2 crutches that went around his back. Yes, because people forget that they had to basically do 2 knee surgeries. They took stuff from one knee and put it in the other knee. So it's just good to see him back. Anytime you see a player injured like that, and the work they have to put in to make it back, it's always good to see them back on the field.
ACL
so
is major, man. I love that when Odell Beckham tore his ACL, not this one from the Super Bowl, but the one before that, he did a whole documentary documenting the whole process, man. And you really got to see what goes into a rehab for a knee injury like that, man. It's daily, and not a lot of people are cut out for that, man. And that's why those guys are the best of the best players, man. They got that hunger to be able to be the best, and they're chasing legacy. So big shout out to Chase Young, man. And I wish him well in today's game. I hope they unleash the big dog today.
Happy holidays to you as well. Our guy is in the building. Michael Knight. You see, we had to Awthentik and The Beard that one because, every once in a while we got to have a sip of a drink. Still waiting for... I got
some coffee this morning, bro. Like, the sleep was extra good this morning. I was like... I hit that snooze button, like, no lie. I hit the snooze button like probably 6 times, yo. I had like 4 alarms set with all kind of different snoozes going on. And it was tough to get out that bed, man. I was like, this is the best sleep I had in months.
I'm one of those guys too who has about 6 alarms set and snoozes each and every one of them, to the point where like the snoozes are overlapping new alarms. It's just a crazy situation.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's the only way to get up though.
It is. Big shout out to Bryce in the building. Merry Christmas to you as well. Big shout out to Lucas checking in from Australia, where it is already Christmas.
Hey, salute to Lucas.
Merry Christmas,
building, man.
Merry Christmas, Lucas, and to everybody who's watching us worldwide who have already crossed the plateau of Christmas. Santa Claus is getting an early jump start over there. Big shout out to Sean G in the building. Merry Christmas to you as well. Jay Jean is in the building. What's going on, Jay?
Sac passe.
Gregory is in the building, holding it down for his Dallas Cowboys fans.
Salute, my guy.
Giants Mafia is rocking with us as well.
Salute. I was chopping it up with Giants Mafia yesterday in Entertainers Chat. Appreciate you pulling up, brother. Happy holidays.
Big shout out. Pinjo Thrift is in the building as well.
What up?
Sigma Surge is here. Cal L is
Sigma.
Okay,
Okay,
a lot
Cal,
of Giants fans
in the building. Y'all
in
know
the
what
building.
It is, man.
Sebastian is in the building.
Hey, sac passe.
Hey, Sebastian, I am favored to lose by more than 20 points in my fantasy playoff game today, so I feel your pain. Big shout out to Max Webster, says, I need some real help. Tua versus Green Bay or Kirk versus the Giants. I also own Jay Jettas, which is Justin Jefferson, for those of you that don't know.
Ooh, that's tempting to not go with that stack. What?
Yeah, I mean...
I know the fandom going to kick in right there, but man, that's tempting right there.
I mean, Tua's not a bad play. It just goes... you have to kind of put your fandom aside and really think about, can the New York Giants defense, be a problem for Kirk Cousins? It's definitely possible. And I don't just say that because, I love all you Giants fans here at Awthentik and The Beard. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah,
that being said,
possible.
I love Tua. I'm a big Tua guy. I think because I have Justin Jefferson, I would have to go with the stack. I think I just would have to double down. That's where I would be. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to plead the fifth on this one. I'm going to plead the fifth on this one, bro.
Oh, man. Big shout out to Stephen White. Cheers to you as well, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. ENA, we got time, is in the building. Says he is guaranteeing a win against Minnesota.
I like it. I like the confidence, man. I'm getting there. I picked us to win on Thursday, so we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling once come kickoff here.
Yeah, we will see. Big shout out to Sam Cypher.
What up? Dope name. I like the
Amon Ra Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Devonta Smith, Drake London, Tyreek Hill, Jeff Wilson, Ramondre Stevenson. Jeez, you're stacked. You got 3 to start. Okay, Tyreek Hill, I think we're all going to agree Tyreek Hill has to be there, okay?
100%.
I think Amon-Ra's got to be there.
The
third one is going to be for me between Mike Williams or Devonta Smith.
Yeah, Devonta's been having some big games. I like Ramondre Stevenson too, man. He started off well. Had a good first half of the season, really under the radar.
I think he's
definitely not
injury.
Drake London. Is Ramondre injured? I know coming into last week he was banged up a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to check and see if I think he practiced all week. So let's just double check on that for you really fast because I have that by me.
He's got the 7th best matchup for running backs according to Fantasy Pros.
He's expected to play, so he is definitely in play.
Questionable, expected to play. Okay, I'd probably avoid him. I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna go Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'm gonna go Mike Williams.
That's where I'm at too. I contemplated Devonta Smith because I think there's going to be a lot of that Cowboys defense is probably going to be surrounding
and Gardner Minshew. You just don't know.
AJ Brown,
you know?
Exactly. And as much as I love Minshew, let's be honest. It's not necessarily just a matter of his skill or lack of, or having skill. It's a chemistry thing when it comes to quarterback, wide receiver. So that's something that you gotta have to take into play as well. So I'm gonna go with Mike Williams also. I think we are totally in agreement there. Big shout out to How About Them Boys.
What's up,
Miles
man?
Sanders, Leonard Fournette, or Zeke?
Miles Sanders, Leonard Fournette, or Zeke. I'm leaning Miles Sanders and Zeke. How's that? I think I'd go Miles Sanders. They gotta rely on the run, but the question mark is you kind of got to remove all that read option with Gardner Minshew at quarterback.
Very true.
Maybe Zeke is the safer play, and you could root for your team and root for your running back all in one go for fantasy. I think I'd go Zeke.
I'm not mad at that. I'm personally gonna go Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders really needs a bounce back game this week. I love his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield out of these 3 guys, even though Leonard Fournette has shown that he can do that when pressed to do so. But he's been losing a lot of touches, obviously, to White over there in Tampa Bay. So I think I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders, but I'm not mad at Awthentic's theory of, play Zeke and root for your own team. It's always a win-win sort of situation there. Chris P says Nick Chubb getting back on track today. I mean, that game is going to be that. Usually there were certain things about weather that you take into consideration. Obviously, the brutal cold and the winds. I was hearing 30-mile-an-hour winds in Cleveland with possibilities of 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So
it is Nick Chubb, though. He ain't about to be in the passing attack,
Yeah, so I just think they lean heavy on Nick Chubb today. Yeah. So I think he has the opportunity to get back on track for sure. And I kind of like that matchup also as well. Big shout out to Sebastian says, big decision to make. Dak or Goff at quarterback, Kittle or Freiermuth at tight end. Where are you going with this one?
I'm going Kittle at tight end. Kittle, since Deebo Samuel has been out the lineup, Kittle has 3 touchdowns out of his 6 on the season. I had Kittle on my fantasy team, so I'm real familiar with Kittle. Freiermuth, not a bad play, but I just think you're going to get more opportunities with George Kittle. And then quarterback-wise, this could be a week for Dak to bounce back and get really right. There's an emphasis to not turn the ball over, but I think Jared Goff is probably the safer play. So, and they're going up against the Panthers, so they should be able to put up some points. The Lions should be able to put up some points, man. They've had a really good offense all year long. So I'd go Goff and Kittle.
I'm 100% right there with you. I think that Goff and that offense are just clicking right now. Dak is, Dak can give you a big game. The problem is the turnovers take away from anything that he gives you positive number-wise as far as fantasy goes. So I love Goff. And then Kittle, obviously going up against the Washington Commanders, as good as that defense has been, he is the type of player that can exploit the holes in the Washington Commanders offense and some of the liabilities at the linebacker position. And you pointed out he's been playing extremely well since Deebo Samuel has been down. So I totally agree with you. Goff and Kittle is going to be my 2 plays as well. Big shout out to DP from EP Live. Says over under Dexter Lawrence 2 sacks.
I'm gonna go under. I'll go under. He'll get 1 today.
I'm gonna go push. I think he gets 2 sacks.
I hope so.
So if you're making that bet and the line is at 2, I would take I wouldn't take the bet, but if it was at like 1.5, I might go over. But if it's at 2.5, I'd go under. So he definitely has a possibility there as well. Big shout out to our guy, one of our sponsors from one of the biggest and best giveaways this season, Vintage Sport Flips. If you guys aren't following Vintage Sport Flips here on YouTube, make sure you guys give him a follow. He is always finding some of the craziest sports stuff out there. If you don't know, follow him on Instagram too. You guys can check out some of his finds there, but definitely give him a follow. Big shout out to Vintage Sports Flips. Merry Christmas to you as well, brother.
Big shout out, bro. Big shout out.
All right, here goes Kevin to PRF. Tennessee defense versus Houston or Browns defense versus Saints?
I think I just go Tennessee's pass defense is not good, and Houston has shown that they can throw the ball. I remember there was that big game from Chris Moore and who was the other wide receiver that had a big game that day? I think it was Nico Collins. The Texans got 1 win. Browns D versus the Saints, though. The Saints can put up some points too, man. To me, the Browns-Saints game is one of the most difficult to pick this week.
Yeah, and the weather there, remember, the weather there is going to be difficult, so I'm going to go Browns. I'm going to go Browns defense.
Oh, we're not going to help you, Kevin. I think I'm going Tennessee. I think I'm going Tennessee. Yeah, because Tennessee, they have a good run defense. It's their pass defense that is the problem. I think if the Houston Texans are going to have any shot, they're going to have to get that running game clicking behind Pierce.
Well, no Pierce, though. He's on the IR.
Even more reason. Yeah, I'm going Tennessee.
We're going Royce Freeman had the most carries for the Texans last week.
Freeman's put up some all right games here and there, I'd say, but yeah, you can't rely on him.
Big shout out to Jared McDonald, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, or Zeke Elliott. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going Zeke. I think Zeke probably won't give you the big game with the yards, but once they get down to the red zone, you know who's getting the ball.
Very true. Very true.
The Beard ain't going Zeke 100%.
No, definitely not going Zeke.
The Cowboys hate. It just settled in. It was like, Conscious started speaking to him.
I thought about it. Trust me. Something is rubbing me the wrong way about Zeke today. I like Pollard more than I like Zeke. I'm going to go DeAndre Swift, actually, out of these three. I
like Pollard more than I like Zeke, man. But Pollard ain't no option.
He's not on there, so I'm going to go DeAndre Swift with the wild card play here. Kenneth Walker is just coming off of an injury. I think there's going to be a lot of passing in that game against Kansas City. I like Swift. It's super sketchy. So if you want to go safe, I think Awthentik is with the Zeke play is probably the safest play. I think DeAndre Swift has the biggest upside, though. That's where I would be in that sort of situation. Let's see what we got next.
They're close on Fantasy Pros to Swift at 25 and Zeke Elliott at 20.
Interesting.
Green Bay's rush defense struggles.
Yeah.
The Eagles went out there and put up like 300 on them. Cowboys should eat today on the ground. We'll see.
Well, we will see. That's the only 4:00 game besides the Commanders, which I thought was interesting.
That is a tough one there, though.
Because all three of those guys could have a big game.
Seahawks gotta win. They got to win today.
Yeah, but we don't want them to.
Yeah, I'm hoping y'all lose today and the Seahawks lose today, and both y'all got tough matchups. So
yeah,
set things.
We need the Lions to lose too. There's all types of teams I need to lose today. Big shout out to our guy Lucas. Says Daniel Jones or Deshaun Watson.
That's tough, actually, man. Deshaun Watson has not been like playing really great football since he came back. It's a big game. I go Daniel Jones. I mean, worst case scenario, the Giants are getting kind of not really blown out, but maybe it's a 2-score game or something like that, and Daniel Jones is throwing the ball. You probably get a touchdown in garbage time if it's not a close game. I think I go Daniel Jones. You got the ability to run the ball, a little bit of read option. It's probably the safer play.
I like Daniel Jones 100%. Listen, Deshaun Watson will eventually get there, but he has not shown me anything since coming back that makes me want to be like, oh, Deshaun Watson, let's play that guy. You know, it's just been, he's gotten a little bit progressively better, I would say. But once again, 50-mile-an-hour gust in Cleveland?
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I'm good. I want nothing to do with that. Kevin at PRF says Dawson Knox or Dallas Goedert.
Ooh.
Knox has been inconsistent this year at best.
Goddard coming back with a backup. I think I go Goddard.
I'm going to go Goddard. If you guys missed it on Thursday, I told you. Last time and only time Dallas Goedert and Gardner Minshew played together, Goddard had 6 targets, over 100 yards. I want to say 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I love Dallas Goedert in that matchup. Big shout out to Lord Goofa checking in from Twitch. He says play Kenneth Walker for sure. Let's see where we're at. What's going on, Benny? Big shout out to Benny. Appreciate you stopping by.
How you living, man? Happy holidays, bro.
Ray W says go Big Blue. Shout out to everybody in chat. We got 47 people rocking with us right now. Big shout out to David. Appreciate you as always.
What's
stopping
up, David? Happy
by.
holidays, bro.
No, Max, make sure you send us a picture of that. We'd love to see what that Christmas gift is, because I have a feeling it's something pretty cool.
Yeah,
Giants
tag us on Twitter on that,
related, for sure. Who else we got in here? All right, Benny, you got one. Says, what 4 should I start? Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin, Dotson or Watson. I love it. Dotson or Watson.
Get rid of one of those guys from Washington. I don't think it makes sense putting both of them. Dotson had the big catch in the big game last week, 106 yards against the Giants. This defense is different. Yeah, avoid – it's tough, man, because San Francisco 49ers is probably going to have a point of emphasis to stop Terry McLaurin. You know, but I still think Terry McLaurin probably going to eat, and the volume will probably go to Terry McLaurin. Jahan Dotson has been doing it on limited targets this whole entire season. So I'd go to obvious ones. I'd put Dotson on the bench.
100% agree. Right there with you. I mean, I love Dotson in DraftKings today, just in case anybody wants to know, because he's super cheap. I think he's only $3,900, so that's definitely something to keep your eye out for sure. Kevin at PRF says, who do I bench in my rotation? 2 starters apiece, 1 flex, no PPR. So you got Najee, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, D-Hop, Judy, Christian Watson.
Okay, and two of these got to get benched, but one of them is a flex. Jerry Judy's on the bench for me for sure. I like Brian Robinson today for sure. Najee and Aaron Jones. That's real tough. I think I go D-Hop, Christian Watson, and Brian Robinson.
So we're basically picking. Are we picking 4 or are we?
Let me see. It says, who to bench of my rotation? 2 starters.
So you pick 2 running backs, 2
flex.
wide receivers, and 1 flex.
Oh, so he just needs to bench one of these guys, but 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
So, I mean, running back wise,
I don't know how you got that out of that statement, but I'll rock with you.
because he's saying finally who to bench of my rotation. So 2 starters apiece. So I'm assuming 2 starters at wide receiver, 2 starters at running back, and then 1 flex.
Okay. So really 5 players.
Yeah. So of the 3 running backs, you pick 2.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So, yeah, definitely Brian Robinson, definitely Christian Watson, definitely D-Hop. I think I'd go Aaron Jones and Najee. So, yeah, for me, it's Judy. It's Judy that's going to end up on the bench.
I mean, and that's the thing is Judy and D-Hop are both playing with backup quarterbacks. But D-Hop is D-Hop. So I think I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to throw Jerry Judy on the bench. That'd be where I was at as well. Although Judy has been playing fairly well as of late, especially
he had that one big game.
Yeah. So it's a little tough, but I think that's where I would be also. Big shout out to our guy, Lax O Fo for the $4.99 super chat. Says, good morning, everyone. Let's go Giants.
Big facts. You already know them facts from Lax, man. Salute, brother. Happy holidays. And yeah, I hope we can get this W today, man. This will be major for us.
Big shout out to Gene, who wants to know Amari Cooper or Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith for me.
The backup quarterback thing is tough, man.
50-mile-an-hour Gus.
Yeah. The wind don't bother me. You know, it's down the field the wind is going to play its part, you know. Because it's not that cold out there. They were saying it was supposed to be like 30 degrees.
In Cleveland?
Damn. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what
I think it's gonna be like negative 15 degrees.
Is it? When you talked about it yesterday, I looked it up for game time, and I thought it said something like around 30. You're gonna feel like 18 or something like that. I could be wrong.
I will check the Tim's Weather Center really fast.
Let me see. While you're doing
like
that, I want to see what Amari Cooper has done. Yo, this cold that we got here in DC today and yesterday, yo, it's ridiculous. Like, yo, let me tell you something. Like, my girl went to go down to her family's crib, and the car door, the locks would not open, dog. So I had to open up the trunk and weasel her way through the trunk to then warm the car up so that the car would finally unlock the doors, yo. It was ridiculous, man. Straight ridiculous. People dealing with this kind of cold that we haven't felt here in DC since I was a kid.
Cleveland, Ohio right now. It is 5 degrees. Feels like negative 17.
Oh, so that's like what's going on outside right here right now. Yeah, that's going to be real cold. You got to layer up. So Amari Cooper or Devonta Smith. I wonder what it is in Philly. It's going to be cold out there too, right? Are they at home? Or no, they're going to Texas, right? Yeah. That's going to be better out there. Yeah, I go Devonta Smith then.
Big shout out to our guy, tailgate partner, Chris Peace in the building.
What up, Chris?
Happy Christmas to you as well, sir.
Happy holidays, brother.
Big shout out to our guy, Renee, for the $2 super chat. Says salute. He's in 3 semifinals today. 3 semifinals. Ooh.
Herbert or Fields. So that's major right there. Fields going up against the Bills defense. That is a tough one right there. The good thing about the Chargers is that game is on Monday night.
And it's indoors.
Dang. Ooh, this is crunch time. That kid Justin Fields has been making plays all damn season, but I gotta go. I'm gonna go Justin Herbert. I'm going.
It's so difficult. Like, I want to tell you, Justin Fields, because you know as much as I do. There's nothing I love more than a quarterback in fantasy football who gives you running back numbers and quarterback numbers. It's basically 2 players for one. I don't know if it's sustainable against the Buffalo Bills defense. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this kid can make plays against any defense.
Anybody, right?
He is extremely fast, and you're relying on his running capabilities. You know, he's gonna get some runs. It's almost like Tony Pollard breaking the big run. You got a major chance that Fields is gonna break a couple big runs. As soon as that game start to get a little bit out of hand, where he ain't got no playmakers and he got to rely on himself, he gonna make some plays, but he might make some mistakes too. They're ranked 3 and 4 on Fantasy Pros. Who you think's got the higher ranking?
Fields. Really?
Yeah.
What's the point differential?
21.7 to 20.3. They like to match up better against the Colts. It's a 3-star matchup against the Colts. Justin Fields going up against Buffalo is a 2-star matchup. Both A grades though.
I think you can go wrong. That's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
If you got to think about it like this, to me, I would obviously flip a coin. If your running backs if you're worried about getting production from your running backs in this matchup, I would lean towards Justin Fields. If you have solid running backs, I would lean towards Justin Herbert. And then if you have a Chargers wide receiver by any chance on that team and you're stacking, then you got to go Justin Herbert. I mean, sometimes when you get 2 guys that are this close, you got to really just like break down like pros and cons and see if there's anything that you can pull out of those matchups to make you kind of lean one way or another. But Good luck today, Renee. Hopefully you can get a dub in all 3 of those. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 58 people watching on a Saturday morning. Jared McDonald, Christian Watson or D-Hop?
Watson or D-Hop at the flex? Christian Watson. Big game. You know, it's a must-win right now for Green Bay, so they're going to try to do everything they possibly can. You're going to get complete maximum effort. I'm going Watson on this.
Going Watson as well. I think Trace McSorley is the quarterback today in Arizona. So
Trace McSorley.
Definitely. Yeah. That sounds like a what was my guy's name in Can't Hardly Wait? Was it Can't Hardly Wait?
Bro, look at me. Do I look like I would know anybody's name and Can't Hardly Wait?
It was
I don't even remember the lead. I can't even tell you the lead girl name now. I remember she was in that movie with Sigourney Weaver where they was tricking dudes out of money.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Sounds
was that
about
her
right.
name?
This man said Can't Hardly Wait. Remember that character's name out of
maybe it wasn't Can't Hardly Wait. Maybe it was Van Wilder. I don't know. One of those guys' names was like Trip McNeely, maybe.
You know, you got me thinking about what's that holiday movie with Van Wilder? What's his real name? Ryan Reynolds. It was a holiday movie with him and homegirl from Butterfly Effect, where he was famous and he came back with the pop artist. You remember that movie?
It was, and didn't they like? Oh my God, that
he had
them
a song
holiday
called
movies,
Simpatico, where he was singing to this. He was singing with the guitar. Dusty something. I can't remember his name.
Them holiday movies, man. Look,
What's the name of that joint, yo?
It's not Home for the Holidays, is it? Not Home for the Holidays.
I can't remember the name of that joint. It's a pretty funny movie.
Holiday Date or something like that, maybe.
He was like a hockey player, and they went and played hockey with the kids, and the puck hit him in the face when he was trying to like go too crazy. Dusty Winker or something like that was the dude's name.
They love giving that. Big shout out to our guy Lalo, Mr. HD. I saw on you got a nice little sponsorship, man, where they're giving him some gear to review. So congratulations on that, Lalo, man.
Hey man, and look, as bad as it's been for your Raiders this year, at least you got a thrilling victory last week on the craziest play. Now y'all are involved in 2 of the craziest plays in NFL history because you got the Tom Brady no tuck, whatever you want to call that rule.
Both against the Patriots.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Is it?
And you're still alive. You're still alive.
That's the football gods right there, giving back to the Raiders community one time. That's what that was because. What's my man, Jacoby Myers? He had no business throwing that ball backwards. He had no business doing that. But shout out to Lalo one time in the building, man. Big salute, man. I hope you're on that Call of Duty, bro. Hit me up, man. You already know.
Big shout out to our guy, Waterfly, for the $2 super chat. Here we go. Nice and easy one. Beard sent me Heineke.
Hey, man, I think you know when you don't ride the bicycle for too long, you know, if you get back on the bike, you kind of the 999s ain't flowing like they was.
I didn't want. There was only a few of them.
Staggering behind one another.
The 0 to 60 is not a Ferrari. It's more like my CRV.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh man! Big shout out to Lord Goofa, who has jumped from Twitch over to YouTube. Shout out
salute.
to Lord Goofa. We appreciate you. Says, I lost Jonathan Taylor. Do I start Moss or Jackson in his place? I forgot about Zach Moss.
And I knew there was no way they had one running back over there, you know, especially after that trade. And now you got Taylor down. That dog, that's tough.
It is tough because, listen, Moss is a guy, I mean, they traded for him, right? And he did show flashes so far since being over there. But I really, 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 really like Deion Jackson.
Yeah.
I was considering starting Deion Jackson over Alvin Kamara before we started this show. And by you asking this question, you reminded me that there's a chance that he might not put up those monster numbers that he put up earlier in the season when Jonathan Taylor was hurt. He had a 28 because Deion Jackson, the thing about Deion Jackson is he's good for like 4 catches a game at least.
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
He's projected for 7.5 today, PPR. That's not too bad. Zach Moss is above him.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's really, really, really interesting. Zach Moss is at 33 on Fantasy Pros, and then Deion Jackson is at 38. I don't know if that.
I'm going Deion Jackson. I love the ability to catch the ball.
8.8, 8.2. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I want to take a look at Zach Moss' game log because I know he had one decent game, didn't he?
I think so.
Let me see. He's coming off 8.1 against Minnesota last week. That's interesting. And then Deion Jackson. Let me take a look at his log too. I just want to make sure. 38. He's coming off 9.6 versus Minnesota. Yeah, I think you lean Deion Jackson. It's tough. It's tough, but I think you lean Deion Jackson. It looks like they're just splitting carries over there. Deion Jackson had 13 carries for 55 yards last week. He had no touchdowns on the ground, but he had a receiving touchdown. One catch, 1 target for a touchdown. He also fumbled the ball, too. Ooh, he lost the fumble as well.
It's going to be tough cooking.
Is he going to be in the doghouse because of that fumble?
I don't know, man. Dog houses when you're like 4-10 or whatever what are they?
If Coach Awthentik is the head coach,
well, yeah,
4
Coach
and 10 and you
Awthentik.
fumbling, man, go sit your ass on that bench. I'll holler at you next week.
You're lucky to sit on the bench and not get cut. If Awthentik is the coach.
I'll do a Tay Crowder for you one time. I'll cut you, then sign you back to the practice squad.
Big shout out to Troy checking in from Facebook. Says David Njoku or Okonkwo.
Yeah, Okonkwo has been balling out. He's
a
rookie too, man. I didn't know he was a rookie.
I love Njoku too. Njoku's having one of his best years.
I think I'm going with Okonkwo on this one, man. Riding the hot hand. You got Malik Willis at quarterback today, though.
So in backup quarterbacks love a good tight end.
Good, yeah. You know what? I still can't get over week 1 when the Titans, with everything on the line on a 3rd and 1 to really seal the game against the Giants, they ran a jet sweep to Okonkwo. He got stopped, and the Giants got the ball back and scored.
I mean, you know how they love jet sweeps at the goal line. You should know that all so well. Big shout out to our guy Kai checking in, one of our resident Dallas Cowboys fans, and big shout out to Pinjo Thrift for the $10 super chat. Says just wanted to give y'all some love. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Go
Home Alone
Big
vibes.
Blue. Appreciate you, brother. Josh checking in says Goff, Minshew, or Rodgers.
Goff, Minshew, or Rodgers. I'm going Goff.
Man, it's so tough for me not to go Minshew because I love Minshew, but I'm going to go Goff. That's where I'm going to go. Let me make sure. Okay, Renee says Barkley, Walker, ETN. Oh, no. That can't work because ETN already played. Who's ETN? I don't know. You have to clarify that.
It don't matter who he is. We're going with Saquon Barkley today.
Yeah, I was going to say. There we go.
Big dog.
Clyberson wants to know Daniel Jones or Goff. Got to go Goff.
Yeah, I'm going Goff on that one today. Goff's been, man, the Lions have been extremely hot, man.
DJ or Tua? Got to go Tua.
I don't know if you got to go Tua. That boy is average. The Beard loved Tua, but I don't know, man. Did you go Daniel Jones over Tua? I guess Tua's the safe play, but Daniel Jones, man, if the Vikings score a lot of points, Daniel's going to have to do some things today. But, yeah, I think you go Tua. Daniel's been playing game manager role.
Big shout out to Joe Deals, one of our only resident Chicago Bears fan, says Herbert or Fields, they are different positions. Don't you understand the question?
Nah, that's a slight right there. That's a slight right there.
He is a Bears fan. He loves himself some Justin Fields. Oh, Steven Galvin says Giants 99, Vikings 3 at halftime. Giants 99,
That's
Vikings.
pretty realistic. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Biggest comeback in NFL history, and then you come back and let the Giants score 99. Let's go. Giants Nation is in the building, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten through all of the questions so far. Big shout out to Marjorie dropping the Marge bombs in the chat. Says Nick Chubb is not on the final injury report and will play Saturday against the New Orleans Saints. Pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney, concussion has been ruled out for the game against the Saints. So thank you to Marge, always dropping the Marge bombs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time where we are going to now go through rapid fire. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Awthentik and The Beard are going to pick every single game against the spread and the overs and the unders. If you guys want to tag along and drop your predictions in the chat as well, it is always fun to see you guys interacting with us as well.
That Herbert Justin Fields one, we did a little poll for that.
Those
65%
were his...
said Herbert.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. First up is going to be the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons, who are 5-9. They are headed to Balmo, who is 9-5. The Ravens are 6.5-point favorites. The over-under in this game is a disgusting 35 points. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awthentik, tell me what you got.
This is a tough one, man. We're starting off with one of the more difficult matchups here. Ravens backup quarterback in. I think I'm going to go Falcons in this one, man. I think I'm going to go Falcons, and I'm going to take this. This will probably be a low-scoring game. The Ravens have not scored a lot of points since Lamar Jackson has been out the lineup. I'm going to take the under in this one.
A lot of Falcons early in the chat. One Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm expecting a big game from J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, big game today. I'm going to take Baltimore to win. I'll take the Falcons to cover the 6.5. I'm also going to be watching Desmond Ridder, see how he progresses from first game under center to this game right here. I'm going to take the under 35. Falcons to cover, Ravens to win. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big game for us Commanders and Giants fans. The Detroit Lions are 7-7. They are 2.5-point favorites. Shout out to the graphics department. A lot of similar colors going on here. The Lions are 2.5-point favorites. They're headed to Carolina, who's 5-8 and technically still alive for the division, which is insane. The over-under in this game is 43.5. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, my head says Detroit Lions. Okay? My heart says Carolina Panthers. I had a similar situation where the Carolina Panthers were going up against the Seattle Seahawks, and we needed the Seahawks to lose.
Yeah.
Carolina took care of business. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to continue to slay the teams for the Giants and the Commanders. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers with the upset, and I'm going to go over 43.5.
Okay, I like that. I feel you on that about the mind and the heart and all that. I want to pick the Panthers, but I just don't think they can sustain that type of play. The Lions, man, that offense is extremely high-powered. I'm going to take the over 43.5, and I think the Lions win this one, and I think they cover.
It's going to be one to keep your eye on, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of one to keep your eye on, the Seattle Seahawks are 7-7. They are headed to Kansas City to face the Chiefs, who are 11-3. The Chiefs are double-digit favorites at 10-point favorites. The over-under in this game is 50. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awthentik, tell me what you got.
50 is kind of crazy, man. This is a tough one, man. And the 10 is a lot for Kansas City. Kansas City is one of those teams that don't cover a lot because it seems like the spreads just be so just egregious for them. I think this is one that they're probably going to cover, though. Give me the Chiefs by 10 at least. I'm going to say they win by 14 in this one. And I'm going to take the under 50. That's just too crazy for me.
I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think Seattle covers, and I'm going to go under 50. I think Kansas City wins by 9 points. Somewhere around 9 points is where I think that they're going to land in that game. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Nolans Saints, who are 5-9 and are also still alive in the playoff push for that division. They're headed.
I saw something that said it was the most teams that were still like alive as far as the playoff hunt goes, like ever in the NFL. It was like almost like 80% of the teams still have a chance. There's not many teams that are eliminated, which is really wild this late in the season.
Yeah, I think that this week is going to be very this is the week where it's basically like ride or die. You know what I'm saying? So but obviously everybody in the NFC South has a shot because that division is so piss poor this year. The Saints are 5-9. They're headed to Cleveland. 50-mile-an-hour wind gust possible. Browns are 6-8. They're 3-point favorites. The over/under in this game is 32 points.
That's
Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess I'm going to go Cleveland to win, cover, and I'm going to take the under 32.
I'm going to take the Saints, man, in the upset in this one. And I'm going to take, let me see, it'll probably be like, I'll take the under. Yeah, it's probably going to be like 17-13 or something like that.
And up next, the Houston Texans are 1-12-1.
Yikes.
They're headed to Tennessee with 7-7.
Draft pick.
The Titans are 3-point favorites. The over/under in this game is a disgusting 35. And big shout out to our boots on the ground, Marjorie dropping a Marge bomb on this game. The NFL is pushing back the Texans-Titans kickoff by 1 hour to 2:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time due to the power outages in the Tennessee area.
That is interesting. Shout out to Marjorie for that gem right there.
So this game will now be kicking off at 2 o'clock. I am going to go with my Houston Texans. They can't get to my over 4.5 wins on the season, but they can come out here and get an upset win. I think Derrick Henry probably has close to 200 yards, but I think the Texans find a way to get a miracle win. I'm going to take the Houston Texans in the upset, and I'm going to take the over 35.
You know, definitely don't wish injury upon nobody, but Ryan Tannehill being injured for the rest of the year opens up a door for Malik Willis to get a little bit of tape, you know, in the NFL here, man. And I'm rooting for the kid, man. Malik Willis was a really good dude, man. We saw some of the gestures during the draft and whatnot. And I definitely want to see him excel, man, as a running quarterback, especially. I'd like to see him light it up today. Hopefully we get some big plays, man. I want to see some Justin Fields vibes. I'm going with the Titans in this one. I'm gonna take the Titans to cover that 3, and I'm gonna take just under that 35.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, this is an interesting game here. The Beard's third team or fourth team or second team, I can't keep count anymore. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Out, huh? That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kenneth Walker III in, Olave out.
I'm going to go Cincinnati Bengals are 10-4. Excuse me. They are 3-point favorites in New England. So I'm assuming it's damn cold up there, too. Yep. The Patriots are 7-7, fighting for their playoff lives. The over/under is 41.5. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell me what you got, Awthentik.
Give me the Bengals, man. Cover that 3. Easy one. I'll take the over 2. I think that the Patriots are going to try to battle in this game, and they're going to have to try to put up some points, but it just won't be enough, man. The Bengals are playing good football right now. Got one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I am also going to go with the Bengals. I'm also going to go with them covering the 3. I'm going to go with the under 41.5, though. Just a little sketched out about this sort of game. I think I feel a lot of unders today, unless people are playing in a dome. And speaking of a team that's playing in a dome, it's Awthentik's New York Football Giants, who are 8-5-1. They are headed to the home of Backpack Rap, Minnesota. The Vikings are 11-3. They are 4-point favorites. The over/under in this game is 49.5. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm picking the New York Giants in an upset, 24-23, and that's going to leave me at the under 49.5. Don't know why I did that.
see what the chat thinks about that one. I'm going with my New York Giants, man. 22-17 in this one. I think it's going to be a tough battle for us, man. Very uphill as far as the way our offense has been playing as of late. But I think that this defensive front is going to find a way to be able to get to Kirk Cousins and maybe make this game a little bit closer than most people anticipate. So give me the Giants in an upset. And what was the over-under in this one?
49.5.
That's a high over-under for these two teams. What they thinking? The Vikings going to put up 50 on us? Something crazy? What's going on here?
It's weird to me because the Vikings are only 4-point favorites. So, I mean, I guess they're thinking the Vikings are going to score like 30 or 28 and...
Yeah, 28-ish. No
28, 24, something like that.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're thinking. Big shout outs to one of the day ones.
Big shout out.
Simon Coleman is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate this $50 super chat. It says Merry Christmas to Awthentik and The Beard and the fam in the chat. We appreciate everything you do. This is for sure the best television show not on television.
Absolutely,
and
man.
here it is. LFG, NYG, AATB, RTDB, HTTC for The Beard. Big shout out to Simon. That was a lot of fun. I almost want to do it again. LFG, NYG, AATB, RTDB, HTTC. Let's go, Simon. I appreciate it.
Treadmill for that. That's what's up, man.
Hey,
shout out
big
to Simon
shout out.
Coleman
Big shout out to Simon. And I think, like I said when the start of the show in the beginning, the biggest thing in here right here is and the fam. Because we have done everything we possibly can to build a family here at Awthentik and The Beard, and you guys have done nothing but make it a family. So we want to just big shout outs, not only to just Simon, but everybody in the chat. We appreciate all the love and all the support. And happy holidays.
Simon, we appreciate that, man. That goes a long way for this channel, brother.
Definitely does. Up next, Buffalo Bills are 11-3, 8-point favorites. They are headed to the Chicago Bears at Justin Soldier Fields. The Bears are 3-11. The over-under in this game is 40. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Authentic. Tell me what you got.
Little blunder there from the graphics department. I'm going to have to send them an email.
I was going to say something, but I was like, I don't know if that's maybe the color, color issue situation.
It's the Giants game before it. Threw that one off with the Vikings one time. But, yeah, shout out to the graphics department nonetheless, trying to do their thing up late, putting in those hours. But, I got to take the Bills in this one, man. Favored by 8. Chicago has been playing some close games, man, all on the back of Justin Fields straight up. But I think that this will be a game you're going to start to see Josh Allen get into real playoff mode. And I don't think the Bears are going to be able to hang in this one. This might be a 3-touchdown performance from Josh Allen today. So I'm going to go to Bills. I got the Bills to cover. I'm going to take over that 40 one time. I think we're going to get there.
I'm going to go Bills to win, Bears to cover, and I'm going to take the under. Once again, it's cold. Isn't there a song like that? Baby, it's cold outside. I believe that's how it goes.
About that joint right there.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
Pulling
out a lot of my Caucasian songs. A lot of my Caucasian cards today. For those of you that don't know, I'm usually not this Caucasian, I promise. But there's been a few Caucasian blunders today. But up next,
57%, man, say the New York Giants are going to win this game today.
Well, I'd say that the chat is also 90% Giants fans, so shout out to you guys for sticking with your team.
Don't you dare put that on our chat. Don't you dare.
All right, I hope you're preparing a poll here because we got another. Listen, shout out to Awthentik and shout out to the graphics department. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is my Washington Commanders who are 7-6-1.
7. Don't nobody say that 7 like you say that 7.
Our head. Oh my God! Shout out to Tommy Bernard. He sent me today. They got 7-Eleven dunks, bro.
Really?
Yes. I'm contemplating it, making it a.
Are they
personal,
a new release?
I don't know. He
I don't
sent
think
me
they
a link.
are. I feel like I remember those when they came out. They kind of look like them Heineken joints a little bit.
So I'm very looking into that for the not near future because the way my bank account is set up, but
you going
semi-distant future.
If you're distant future, them bank account better be set up a little better than it is today because them dunks be going way
So they're headed to San Francisco. The 49ers are 10-4. They are 6.5-point favorites. The over-under in this game is a disgusting 37.5. Shout out to the Awthentik and The Beard sound department for hooking me up with my go-to beat here.
Yo, y'all are already. I put the poll up. You already 74% say no so far. So we trying to get there. We'll see how things go by the time you done. Giving your picks here for this game.
Where are you at, Awthentik? Tell me what you got.
I'm with the San Francisco 49ers. I've been trying to pick against the San Francisco 49ers like 2 to 3 weeks straight here, thinking Brock Purdy gonna let him down, but kid's been playing some really good football, man. No complaints there, man. And the San Francisco 49ers defense is top-notch, best in the league, if you ask me. So I got to go 49ers here, man. Best of luck to y'all is all I can tell you. But I'm going 49ers here. I think they'll cover the 6.5. And as far as the over-under 37.5, I think we'll get there.
All right. I'm going with my Commanders. I forgot what the total score was I gave, but I'm pretty sure it was something
close.
17-13. I think it was 17-13.
I feel like you picked a lower scoring game than that.
13-10?
Like 13-10 or something. I think you did. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you picked something very low scoring.
I'm going to up it to 17-16. Commanders win, and we're going to go under the 37.5. Big shout out to Simon, says he's with me, Beard.
Ray W said, stay white, Beard. Stay white, Beard.
I got a little bit of white in my beard down there.
Outside of that, he's peach, for those who don't know.
All right, let's go, Commanders.
He's from Zimbabwe, and they will believe him. Yo.
Oh, man. God, I love a good parlay. Awthentik and The Beard. We got 59 people
Salute.
watching. 59 people watching. Appreciate y'all in the building.
Let me ask you something. Did you pick the Browns over the Saints?
I did.
Did you pick Atlanta to win?
No. Cover.
Patrick was setting up this parlay. It was Lions win, Browns win, Falcons win, and Green Bay win. Turn 100 into 2,000.
There's some tough ones in that.
Very tempting. I was about to pull out my wallet like, hey, man, double down on that bet for me, bro.
That's more of a $5 bet than a $100 bet, if you ask me.
Yeah, like it's some tough games. The Atlanta one was real tough for me, and then the Browns versus Saints, it's like you just don't know who's going to win that game. It could go either way.
And, Packers-Dolphins isn't an easy game either.
Definitely not, yeah.
So there's a reason why that's those odds are giving you a 2,000 off of 100.
I'm not sold on Tua, man.
I know you're not.
Boy,
but
average.
It takes a little while. It takes a little while sometimes for you to see the light.
Like if you're if you're a fan of somebody, right, and somebody says to you, "That boy average," why does it get upset? Why does it hurt the heart? Why does that not? Like average is not a bad thing, right? But why is it that average is a trigger word for people?
Because their guys are great. They don't know no better. That's the problem with everything is so extreme with people. They can't find that middle area. Not as everybody
you saw the one I posted on Twitter, right?
Which one?
The one that was like, I think it was a response to one of the homegirls from NYG Rush, and she was saying like the hierarchy of how the Giants have won this year. And I responded. I said, I think the Giants defense has been number one, followed by Saquon Barkley, and then followed by Daniel Jones. Some dude came in there and he was like, how are you going to sit here and give all the credit to the defense? I'm just like, man, reading comprehension is a real problem here on this app for sure.
They are blinded, not by the light.
Yeah.
But by the hype. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely what it is. And I try to be very, 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 very just objective. Well, people want to, browse over that and not read into it. But that average, it's a trigger word. I've noticed that.
Look.
Because people look at me like I'm a Jones hater.
It's
not good enough equals a busties. That's facts right there, Joe Deals.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Or if you got an ACL injury or something, people are like, oh, he's a bust. Like Saquon.
My God.
People were calling Saquon Barkley a bust just 2 years ago.
I had to defend it then. I had to defend it now. One of these days, I'm going to take the word bust and I'm going to have the graphics department put it here. And then I'm going to physically hold a lighter. And then the graphics department is going to make it burn live on the screen. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, live on. Okay. Are we doing CGI, or we really?
I mean, I don't know. You'll have to, thankfully we got that $50 super chat, so we'll send that to the graphics department way, and we'll see if they can figure out some CGI.
Avatar this into Oh, just to close out your Commanders game here, 25 votes, 80% said no.
So that's about 5 people in the chat giving us a chance.
Not too
bad.
bad.
I'm not mad at that, Shout out to the chat. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're going from one NFC East team to another. It is the Philadelphia Eagles and Gardner, the magical mustache Minshew, headed to Dallas to face the Cowboys, who are 10-4. The Cowboys are 4.5-point favorites. The over-under in this game is 47. Kickoff is at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Authentic, tell me what you got.
Well, Beard, I'll tell you what I got here. I mean, I would definitely pick the Philadelphia Eagles in the normal circumstances here, but we got Jalen Hurts, who's going to be inactive today. We got Gardner Minshew coming off the bench, twisting his stash specifically for you. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys in this game. I think that they'll cover that 4.5. How did it get to 4.5 so quickly? I don't understand. The quarterback position does that. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. We going to get there. That mustache crazy.
Give me Gardner Minshew and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The third.
I love my guy Gardner. Future quarterback 1 for the Washington Commanders next year. Gardner Minshew
really?
will take down the Dallas Cowboys.
Y'all gonna go that route again?
And I'm going to take the over 47.
All right, how about this? If he loses today, you can never say that again.
Say what?
He's going to be the future quarterback for the Commanders. Ron Rivera's getting fired if y'all bring in Gardner Minshew next year.
What else are we going to do? Taylor Heineke is going to want too much money.
Trade up, draft a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, we'll draft a quarterback. We're going to need a guy to back up to, be the bridge guy.
Tyrod Taylor.
We need a bridge guy. Gardner Minshew's the guy. Gardner Minshew is the guy. He's a guy. He's got a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
Check this out while we at it. It's not really Cowboys-Eagles related. Do you think that y'all have ever had a franchise quarterback? It was a question on Tanner's channel yesterday.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Joe Theismann or Sonny Jurgensen, I guess, would be the only 2 franchise quarterbacks.
Sonny is kind of like, before my time. But I was vouching for Joe Theismann. I mean, he was with y'all for I know he was with y'all for at least 9-10 years, at least. But you see how you froze, right? You see how you went.
Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be one of the. It wasn't going to be anything within the last 30, 40 years. And I think that's crazy is most of the guys that won our Super Bowls. Doug Williams is a franchise guy in our hearts because he's a big part of our franchise to this day. And I mean, he wasn't a franchise quarterback. So
nope,
it's
neither was Mark Rippon.
Nope. Yeah, Joe Theismann,
Sonny Jurgensen. Perspective for you. I see. It's kind of like that when they say your quarterback is average. It hits your heart.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Joe, I have not seen a franchise quarterback in all my years of watching football. That's what just settled in.
Yeah.
This is your conscience speaking right now, Beard. You've never had a franchise quarterback since you've been alive.
I hate it. All right, up next, shout out to Lalo. The Las Vegas Raiders are 6-8. They are headed to Pittsburgh. Big shout out, rest in peace to Franco Harris and his family. I believe he's actually scheduled before his passing was scheduled to get his number retired at this game.
Yeah, it is. The numbers get retired. He passed 3 days before his number getting retired. Let me tell you something crazy about Franco Harris and the whole immaculate reception. Back in the day on ESPN, right, they used to have this so it was like a show where they would combine different moments from different games to make their own game. So it would be like, Terry Bradshaw drops back to pass, and then it would show Emmitt Smith catching it out the backfield or something, and then it would show another defender from another team tackling Emmitt Smith. And I just remember them late night vibes, man. You would always see that immaculate reception, always pieced into that show, man. And Franco Harris, man, the first football team I ever played for, Pee Wee, was I played in the CYO for St. Catherine's, right? And our colors were like the Raiders' colors. So I remember one year I wore that 32. I believe that was Franco Harris' number was the 32. I believe it might have been 33. I think it was 32. But just that pride that we took, we were kind of like forced to be Pittsburgh Steelers fans because we wore the same uniforms and whatnot, man. So rest in peace to Franco Harris, man. I got a lot of memories from him, you know, in my early childhood, because that was like, for the kids now who watch football and they look at 90s football, for us, like the 70s was kind of like that. You know, that was the vintage football that they would always throw back to with the old school vibes and whatnot. So rest in peace, man, to Franco Harris, man. A lot of players, I saw Jerome Bettis talking about him. He had a lot of great things to say, and not just about the football career, but about the man and how good-hearted he was, and how when they, Bettis was saying that when he came to Pittsburgh, like, he was just like in awe, you know, of Franco Harris. And he talked about how Franco Harris really made him feel like he was just a regular person, man. So shout out to Franco Harris and the whole Steeler Nation today, man. I know that's going to be a tough one, retiring the number today, just 3 days before retiring his number. He passed away. So rest in peace, man, to Franco Harris one time.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that the Steelers lose this game at home, given all those circumstances. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to take the Steelers to cover the 2. I think it is a close game, and I'm going to take the under 38.
This one's tough, man. The 500 record is still on the line for the Steelers, right?
Yep.
I'll take the Steelers in this one. I see Lalo still in the chat. I'm sorry, brother, but I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. And I'll take the over. I'll take the over in this one.
Over 38. Kenny Pickett's quarterback, right?
Is he back today?
I think he's back today.
Yeah, I did see some on NFL.com where they were talking about Pickett to Pickens. Rachel Bonetta. Shout out Rachel Bonetta, yo. She's hilarious to me, man. I like Rachel Bonetta. She's one of my favorite analysts out there.
Up next, a lot of people had questions involving players from this game. It's going to be the first Sunday game at 1 o'clock. It is the Green Bay Packers, 6-8. They're headed to South Beach to face the Dolphins, who are 8-6. The Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 50. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm taking the Dolphins in Miami. If this game would have been in Green Bay, I would have taken the Packers. Give me the Dolphins in Miami. Give me the Dolphins to cover the 3.5, and I'm going to take the over 50.
All right, so this is the first Sunday game.
Yeah.
This is an ugly slate of games on Sunday, too. This is the better of the 3 games. I'm going upset alert right now, man. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers in this one to upset the Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins, although they have a set of the best weapons in the entire NFL, I think they're a bit fraudulent. Just a bit. You shouldn't be sitting at 8-6 with all that power on that offense. And I think a lot of it has to do because they got an average quarterback. Got to find a way to put up points. I think the Packers are going to do that today. Look for Christian Watson to have a big day. Give me the Packers outright. And 50, we're going to get there.
Up next, 2 of the biggest disappointments in the National Football League this year. The Denver Broncos are 4-10 after spending 17 draft picks and $100 million on a quarterback. They are headed to L.A. to face the Rams, who won the Super Bowl and are now 4-10. The Rams are favored by 3 points. The over-under in this game is disgusting, 36.5. Kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awthentik, tell me what you got.
This is ugly. This is ugly. All right, what we're going to do. This is going to be heads. I'm going to pick tails. I'm going Rams. All right, we're going with the Rams.
Give me the Rams
in this one. God damn, these teams are terrible. How are these 2 teams? These teams combined for the same amount of wins as the New York Giants. No one could have predicted that. Nobody. I'm going with the Rams in this one, man. And they're favored by 3. I don't know why. Shout out Baker.
The question is, do they get over 36 and a half?
They'll get over.
All right, I'm going to take the Rams minus a 3, and I'll take the over also. Up next is another pretty disgusting game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 6-8. They're 7.5-point favorites. They're headed to
the disappointment.
Yeah, they're headed to Arizona. The Cardinals are 4-10. The over/under is 40.5. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but what is Trip McFarley is playing quarterback for the Arizona.
Trace McSorley, man.
I know.
Dusty Binkin or whatever his name was.
Give me Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay to cover. Give me the under 40.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
In the last game of the weekend, which is on a Monday, is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 8-6. They're 4-point favorites. They're headed to Indianapolis to face the Colts, who are 4-9-1. Over-under is 45.5. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Authentic, tell me what you got.
Chargers going to cover, man. This is do or die time right now, man. Justin Herbert still ain't been to the playoffs, and he's that one kind of quarterback. I feel like if he could get into the playoffs, they're going to be a scary team. A lot of people been talking about matchups, teams on the come up like the Lions, some teams that could be scary when they get to the playoffs. In the AFC, for me, it's the Chargers, man. The Chargers could go out there. They could beat any one of these powerhouse teams and maybe make a run. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one, man. I'm going to take the over 45.5, and I think they cover that 4.
You know who's starting quarterback for the Colts, right?
Your boy Nick Foles.
Yep, Nick Foles getting the start. Doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going to go with the Los
At
Angeles Chargers minus the 4, and I'm going to take the over 45.5. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up Rapid Fire. Big shout out to our guy Lalo.
I
Says,
wanted to get to that too.
should I flex Watson or Higgins? I'm assuming this weather is scaring me. I would go Watson just because I love the touchdown potential. I think that game is going to be high scoring. They're going to be forced to kind of throw the ball a lot. It's going to be in good weather in Miami. So I would go Watson. And I see that you also have Burrow, Chase, and Diggs. So I think you'll be okay sacrificing Watson over Higgins.
Yeah.
Although Higgins has had some big games as of late, I really like Watson's matchup.
Yeah, having Burrow and Chase, it won't hurt you to go with Christian Watson. Big touchdown potential, man. And the weather could be a little bit factor, but they're used to it over there.
Indeed. I want to make sure I didn't miss any other questions. I don't think I did. Shout out to everybody in the building, though. 62 people watching across 4 different platforms on Christmas Eve, Saturday morning. I mean, that's just pretty awesome. And Pinjo, yes, I want to say San Diego Chargers all the time. I do
Every time. And Raiders, too, man. I never want to say Las Vegas. It's just, Las Vegas football team, it's crazy.
Oh, and speaking of Las Vegas and football, did you see Jets wide receiver coach apparently got suspended, got caught gambling? I have not read the stories on that yet, but I think that's something that you're going to start to see a lot more of. They're going to have to really figure out the guidelines on that situation because sports betting is now legal in a lot of the states and sponsors the NFL. A lot of these things.
Burner. You need a scapegoat and a good burner. Set somebody up, give them the card, send them the pics every week on a burner cell phone, little flip phone that nobody knows it's you.
Is this the same? Is it the same Miles Austin that played wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys?
I bet it is. When he's a wide receiver coach, that would be a serious coincidence if it wasn't that Miles Austin. That's
big shout out. Yeah, it's crazy. Big shout out to our guy Cernock, letting us know again also because of the cold, the Titans game. If you guys don't know, make sure you guys follow Cernock's Connection on Instagram. That awesome shirt that Authentic is wearing right now, courtesy of Cernock's Connection. So if you guys are looking for some really awesome vintage gear, make sure you guys go follow our guy Cernock's Connection on Instagram. Definitely worth it. Big shout out to BRB9910 checking in from Twitch.
Ooh, that's tough.
Do I start Deontay Johnson or Hollywood Brown? Hollywood Brown.
Really? With the backup?
Oh, jeez, I forgot.
I go Deontay. It'll Deontay give you a safe 10 points. That's about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. What is this? For the beard, did you know Christian McCaffrey had 900 rushing yards and 600 receiving yards this year, but isn't a Pro Bowl starter? Not even a starter. He didn't even get.
He didn't even make it.
Nah.
Who were the other running backs? It was Saquon and who else?
Saquon, Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders had a year. First 1,000-yard back since Shady.
And I can't remember the other one.
I think that's the thing is like Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard.
Yeah, it's tough, but you can't put Christian McCaffrey over those guys. You really can't. The Pro Bowl, that's the tough part about it is a lot of people can have good seasons, and somebody's going to be on the outside looking in. We saw with Andrew Thomas at left tackle who throughout most of the year, Andrew Thomas was rated the best left tackle in football. He was the best player in football, according to PFF, for a while there. But he got snubbed, and there's just great left tackles in the NFC, and it's, you know, it is what it is. Maybe they should open it up and have a few more players on the depth chart.
Man, crunch time, Authentic. Is that poll still going? Did we get a little bit of comeback in that poll? Or
oh, no, we ended that poll a long time ago. That thing was headed in the wrong direction.
I was hoping some people, you know, came in and said, hey, you know, maybe Commanders pull it out. Maybe the Commanders pull it out. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We are at 69 people watching Authentic and the Beard on Christmas Eve.
Hey, man, look, my man Ethan always say this, right? 2 or 2 million, 8 to 88. It don't matter. As long as you got fam in the building, you good to go. Two people are 2 million, ages 8 or 88. It don't even matter, man. We appreciate all the love from everybody pulling up, rocking with us on this Christmas Eve, man. I hope all of y'all get the right gifts this year, man. Man, it's been a wild holidays for me, for damn sure, man. But I tell you what, I got the best sleep I've gotten it probably all year.
I'm glad because I know Authentic be burning a midnight candle. Authentic be burning a 3 a.m. candle sometimes.
Oh, the 3 a.m. candle is on the regular for sure. You know, when you're doing some stuff that you love, it rarely feels like work. So it's every time I talk to people, they be like, "Man, I know you're a busy man." I'm like, not really, man. You know, I be chilling, man. I be chilling. But somebody on my Twitter was actually telling me, they were like, you know, find ways to, you know, maximize your time and whatnot. You know, I'm all about trying to make like passive income and trying to work smarter, not work harder. But he recommended me go back and look at the Jimmy V speech again from the ESPYs one more time for some more motivation on how to maximize your days and whatnot. And you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean work. You know, he was also talking about like how you spend time with your family and all that stuff, which I think that's a great point as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of family, once again, I just want to reiterate how much we really appreciate each and every one of y'all joining us anytime we jump on here to talk football. This community here at Authentic and the Beard has, you know, become a family, and we talk about that all the time. We would not be able to do this if it was not for you all. We want to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday, no matter the holiday that you may celebrate. You know, make sure you spend some time with your loved ones that are around because, you know, it can be tough this time of year, but we just definitely want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We're super fortunate that we're able to do this. It means the world to us, guys. So hopefully your teams win today, whether it's regular football or fantasy football. Go Commanders. Big shout out to my guys, Kevin the PRF and Bays Boy, representing for the Commanders in the chat today. And, you know, it was going to come down to a point in this season where I was no longer going to be able to, you know, cheer for the Giants. I think we've gotten there last week.
I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about no Commanders. I ain't worried about no Lions. I ain't worried about no Seahawks. I'm chilling. I'm going to be here Christmas Eve vibes, chilling, watching some football, man, and, you know, try to grub good, man. And yeah, y'all already know how we do Latino vibes, man. The Christmas is celebrated the year or the day before, so it's definitely going to be a 2-day festive.
I'm going to Buela's house literally in like, you know, the next like 30, 45 minutes. So I'll be there all day and all night. But I will be sneaking some plates throughout the day. I'm a little excited about that, man, because they are going to be cooking some delicious food. I'm super excited.
Enjoy the vibes, man. Big shout out to all of y'all in the chat, man. For those of y'all still in the playoffs in your fantasy leagues, man, best of luck to you today. Hope you get the victory. Cross my fingers that these Giants get the victory. Commanders, do what y'all do. Y'all don't matter to us. Our fate is in our own hands. We about to take care of business. Y'all know what it is.
Big shout out to Stephen Lilly for the £5 super chat. Merry Christmas to both of you and everyone in the chat. I hope Beard gets blessed with the Commanders win today. And for Authentic, let's go Giants.
LFG, baby. You know what it is.
Shout out to everybody across the world here at Authentic and the Beard. Big shout out to Tudo in Italy. We got our guy Stephen Lilly in the UK. We got Yams in Japan. We got Lucas in Australia. It's just pretty awesome to see people from all over the globe come together here at the Authentic and the Beard family. So shout out to everybody. We appreciate it very, very much.
It's a vibe, man. Get to y'all gifts, man. Do your thing, man. Enjoy your holidays here, man. However you celebrate it, man. Y'all know what it is over here, man. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the gang. Keep living those dreams. Keep raising that bar because the universe flows in Technicolor and surround sound. Rest in peace to the podcast GOAT, Combat Jack. And that's a wrap without the Minneapolis Raps, y'all. Y'all be good. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy y'all football today. Peace.
Peace.